A couple months ago, I took a look at the Huion GT-185, what looked to be, on paper, Huion's latest and greatest pen display, taking a 19-inch 1080p display and marrying it with hotkeys, good build quality, and a supremely palatable $600 price point. In practice though, after going through two different units, I couldn't in good conscience recommend it, in what was probably my most critical review on this channel to date. But today Huion gives the GT-185 another stab, with a revised unit that adds a bit, takes a bit away, and once again tries to fill the niche of a finely balanced pen display with some high-end features with even more affordable price tag than its contemporaries. How does round 2 fare? Let's find out. I won't sit here and waste too much time talking about the design, specs, or accessories included with the 185 SD. It's almost identical to the original GT-185, which you can watch my video review right here if you want the lowdown. The TLDR version, though, is that the build is sturdy and inspires confidence, nothing to scoff at. The only noticeable difference with the SD is the lack of a right set of hotkeys, which will surely disappoint left-handed users, and the reason SD, I suppose, is in the title. The lower resolution 1366 by 768 display, as opposed to the 1920 by 1080 Full HD panel of the previous 185. The term SD here is a bit of a misnomer, as 720p is still technically HD, and a far cry from the 640 by 480 SD would be referring to, but nevertheless this panel is a comparative eyesore when considered against the previous model. Huion has said that the downgrade in panel is due to supply constraints of the 1080p panel, so it's not entirely their fault, but still, 1080p is a huge loss here. This is probably the least pixel-dense display I've used in the last 5 years. Easy. Pixels are massive and easily noticeable when viewing at a normal distance, a problem that's made even worse when you're sitting up close to the thing focusing intently while drawing. Even entry-level Cintiq alternatives, including the GT-190 from Huion themselves, uses a 1440 by 900 panel, and even that resolution at 19 inches was tough to stomach. This is on a whole other level. The one saving grace here is that the display is an IPS display, so colors and viewing angles are leagues better than something like a GT-190, and that alone just barely justifies the increase in cost here compared to entry-level Cintiq alternatives. I just wish the 2 steps forward here, the IPS panel and addition of hotkeys, didn't also have to include a step back with a woefully impotent resolution. At the end of the day, it's usable, but overall, the biggest pain point with this entire package. So, those are the differences from the previous 185, but did Huion address the biggest problem with the last pen display? How does the GT-185 perform? Thankfully, Huion seems to have been able to clear up whatever was causing so many issues with the previous GT-185 here. The pen experience with the SD is miles better than the jittery mess that was both of my first-gen 185s I went through when reviewing the first model last year. Drivers installed flawlessly, as is becoming increasingly more common, at least in my personal experience, and I was up and running in no time at all. Inking some drawings in ArtRage 4.5 proved to be a painless task once my eyes adjusted to the 720p, and I never once had any of the odd pressure hiccups or infuriating issues of temporary burn-in like I did with the last GT-185. Pretty much everything that needed to be fixed has been, and the usability here is now on par with any other Huion device, and within striking distance of other devices like the XP Pen Artist 22 and the Artisol D13, which both cost significantly more. However, the GT-185 SD is a bit of an oddball in the landscape of graphics tablets right now. Normally we have 3 sort of tiers of devices. Small 10 to 12 inch portable displays at 720p in the $300 to $400 range, 19-inch TN panel tablets that are 1600 by 900 resolution for around $400 and up, and then high-end devices with 1080p IPS displays that run anywhere from $600 to $800 depending on the display size and the included bells and whistles. Huion has pulled a bit from each of these categories, taking the resolution of the portable devices, throwing it at the mid-range size display, and then adding high-end features like IPS technology and hotkeys. It's a blend of everything that doesn't really excel in any single direction. The question then becomes if this device even has a place in the market at all, with other devices with identical pen experiences going a bit cheaper, while more capable devices are only a little bit more expensive. In my opinion, I'd say yes. While portable pen displays are a completely different usage case, I'd say the hit and resolution here is inconsequential when compared to the gains, hotkeys, and IPS color accuracy you give your workflow over the entry-level 19-inch pen displays. If you don't want to swing the $700 to $800 on a 22-inch Cintiq alternative, and the 13-inch canvas size of the Article D13 is too small for your taste, this is probably the best option on the market for you right now, at least that I've come across. Overall, the new GT-185 SD may take a couple steps back as well as forward, but the steps forward are large strides and worth considering when its older brother was best ignored. So my name is Tom Oliver. You guys have been watching Rebel Pixels, channel all about empowering and impassioning the DIY creator here on the web. If that's you, if you live and die by your art, you need to hit that subscribe button below, join the rebellion. Every week I make videos just like this, whether it's technical videos, reviewing products I think will help you make the best art you can on a budget, or if they're more kind of vlog-oriented things where I talk about the mistakes and trials and tribulations I've done on my path of being an artist, and how you can kind of sidestep those so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. If that sounds like something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you thought it was good. Give it a thumbs down if you thought it friggin' sucked. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of Huion, their tablets, this new product. What do you think of it compared to the last GT-185? It's interesting because I had a lot of problems with the previous one, but I heard in the comment section of that video that a lot of other people were having more luck. So I'm interested to see how this one does on the market when the specs are a little bit below par compared to the last one, but the price is also down too. So that's all I got. This is Tommy Oliver reminding you guys, we might be indie, but that doesn't mean that we're alone. Catch you all in the next one.